The primary school end then.
The primary school end, yeah. So, there we go. The siren about to sound, it does, and away they go.
Philpott got his fingers to it first, but Brady was good at ground level. He got it out. There's a high tackle, and it's been paid, although he's paid it for holding the man, and it'll go to Caldone. Now Caldone's got the first chance to send Rupertswood forward, and there's a 50-metre penalty.
There is too.
Romain Grenville was within the 10-metre zone around that player.
Well, we were talking to Romain before the game down there, and he was pretty fired up, so we'll have to get himself concentrating a little bit more on that, and this brings Rupo right in with a chance of putting the first goal on from the first throw up out of the middle.
Well, I don't know why the umpire paid 50, because Caldone's gone back to almost where he got the free kick for his run in. The quarter will be halfway over by the time he reaches his mark to kick. He approaches 50. He kicked it from, well, a long way off the man on the mark. He's got the distance and he's got the accuracy, and Rupertswood are on the board first.
Yeah, flying start to the Sharks. And Rupo through Nathan
Caldone.
Caldone, yeah.
Well, that was
up with the first goal.
That was interesting what he did. He kicked the ball from right on the paint of 50, and he had another 20 metres. He could probably, or 15 metres. He could have gone forward to the man on the mark. So obviously he tried to stay out of the glue patch. As there's a throw up. This time Brady used the body well, won it down. Picconi's fighting there also with Caldone on the bottom of the pack, and the umpire will come in and ball it up.
As Stevie Boyle throws the ball back to the umpire. Now Josh Pound takes it from the knockout. He swivels it around his body, leading in the race for the ball there, and just about doing it, getting it back to Pound onto Grenville for Broadford. Leading back there was, of course, Rexy Hickman. I got tongue-tied there, mate.
Now umpire's found a free kick to Rupertswood.
And off the ball, and it looks as though it'll go to Cicero.
So he's going to go short into the centre of the ground. Well, it's the centre today because it's out there, and taking the mark as Muir. He's going to go wide where a man on his own, it's the big ruckman in Brady, goes back to Cicero. He does a little underground kick, didn't quite find the man. Coming through nicely there was Swallow. He couldn't quite get the hand pass up, comes back to Brady. Brady drives it deep inside forward 50. There's a push out at the back of the pack from Littlewood, but the umpire said, no, you use your body well and you can have the mark. And that was Reece Smith. And he goes short and finds Coppinger.
Now Coppinger drives it around that outer side. He's looking for a teammate there in Grant Wern, but it beats Wern over the line, and we'll have a throw in centre wing, far side of the ground. And I'm afraid most of the play is going to be on that side, Nath.
It is. It's really testing the glasses out today. Roving the pack nicely was Chambers. He couldn't quite get a grip on it, but the umpire's found a free kick, and it's going to come back to the number 20 for Rupertswood, and that's Joel West.
Now West with the ball. We shuffle ourselves around. Try to get rid of this interference. Now the ball goes into the forward line for Rupo. It's on the ground. No one can pick it up. By gee, it's tough, it's hard, it's a slog in there. Finally it comes out to Rupo, picking it up and having a quick snap for goal. But missing was Angelo. Or Ainello was that. I can't read your writing, no? Agnello.
That's a G.
That's a G, as in string. Now Reece Smith with the ball. He's going to go to the outer side. Thank you very much for that, Reece. But it goes straight to an opponent there in Joel West. He can't hang on to the ball, and it's pushed over the line, and we'll have another throw in. Out wide on the far side of the ground. Up they go again. And it comes down to Picconi. Picconi's kick into the middle. Can't be rescued by anyone. Vianney was in there battling away. A quick kick heads out to Stevie Boyle. He can't pick it up. By gee, it's hard going out there, isn't it? And the umpires said it's over the line and out of bounds for a throw in.
Yes, no, it's going to be a hard slog all day out there. As Philpott got to the front, Piccone went third man up, but knocked it not to his team advantage. All the numbers are with Rupertswood. Picking it up there was Smith. He went by hands and it finds a teammate who drives him forward. In front was Dawson, got fingertips to it. At the back was Chambers. There's plenty of numbers for Broadford. Picking it up, and although the hand pass wasn't that good, was Barton. He follows up some good work with a good hip and shoulder on Muir. Now he's got the ball. He's been tackled and the umpire will come in and ball it up.
In the centre of the ground. Rupo with the only score so far, 117, leading Broadford yet to really make a deep penetration into their 50.
They've looked out of sorts as they go forward. Now there's a tap out. Piccone went off the ground. Wern leads in the race for the ball. He's picked it up as he got support. He got a hand pass as he was tackled, and the boundary line was his best support, and we'll have a boundary throw in just back of half forward for Rupertswood.
Right, pretty scrappy at the moment, Riles.
Yeah, and I'll be interested what the other side of the ground looks like by the end of this.
Now Rupo break clear from that throw-in, but it's quickly arrested, and Cam Dawson takes it, drives it to the wing. Grenville's in there for Broadford. Does a great job picking it up. Then gets a hand pass to nobody in particular. Ball hits the ground. Vianney dives on top of it, and he's given away a free kick.
And it goes to Rupertswood at half back. Chips it short and finds Chambers.
Brett Chambers with the ball. Centre half back for Rupo. He comes into the middle of the ground and he's got an opponent, a teammate there, just waiting for the ball. They drive it further forward to Rupo. No one can pick it up. Now it's in the glue pot. Finally getting a handle on it was Barry, but his hand pass was intercepted. Ends up with Grenville. Grenville kicks it up forward. He's looking for Hickman. Hickman, a nice little paddle off to Boyle. Boyle can't control it. Now he does. Picks it up. Gets it to Grenville. A flying shot for goal. Romanic tried one-handed. Couldn't get it, but keeps the ball in play.
No, hits the post.
No, hit the post, the goal umpire said. And we'll have a throw-in right up against the behind post there for Broadford as they struggle with their first in real deep inside 50.
Yeah, so it wasn't a bad kick from Grenville, but because of the mud it just wouldn't run on for Hickman to run onto it. Now Rupertswood with the numbers, they get it out across there to the man who got a kick out wide. I'm not sure who it was. Broadford leading the race for the ball. That's Barton.
21. Who's not on the list.
Hopefully I didn't miss him. Brad might be able to tell me if I did. Have a look at those Rupertswood sheet, please, Brad, and tell me if I missed number 21. There's the throw-in. Brad, he got the front position, won it down. Pounds there. Also as Muir working hard for Rupertswood. He got a nice hand pass up off the ground to a teammate in Chambers who's been lively early, but he kicked errant, and Philpott took the mark, played on quickly to Corey Hall. We know he loves to run, does Corey. He got it out wide. The kick put Coppinger under pressure, but he's got a little bit of time and space to work. He goes back by hands to Hall, who got Swallow tackling him on the ball. That's a good tackle from Swallow, and he gets himself a free kick.
Do we have a 21 on the list there for Rupo? Brad?
Appears not, guys, so I'll have to chase that one up for you.
Well, according to the record, it's Liam Berry, but whether that's right, yeah, maybe you could grab the team manager down there for Rupo.
I'll hunt that up, guys, and while I'm on, inside 50s are 3 to Rupertswood and 1 to Broadford.
Thanks, mate, and Rupo's certainly looking pretty dangerous at the moment, as they're going to go forward here again. Muir tried a hand pass, got it out. The kick goes into the muddy patch on this side of the ground. No one can pick it up. Oh, there was a good chase put on there, as you'd expect, by Broadford through Vianney. Now they come around this side of the ground, and there's a good, strong mark as he ends up in the Rupertswood coach's box by Matty Bullis.
Bullis drives it along, looking for Hickman. Used his body well, took the mark. Now with a hand pass. Why'd you do it?
And the hand pass, poor old Shawnee Duggan, right into trouble that time, Riles.
Three. He had to try and burst through 3 of them.
Yeah. Should have gone back and had a kick with it, Rexy. Anyway, up they go. Hickman makes or tries to make amends by getting the knockout, but Rupo are going to come away with it through Muir. Muir kicks it right into the middle of the bog. Cam Dawson's there for Broadford, puts it on his boot, looking for Romanic up forward. No one can find the ball. The umpire's
Hickman, free
found
kick.
a free kick to Rex. And Hickman will bring up Broadford's first goal.
We hope.
Oh, he's only 5 metres out.
Seen stranger things.
Stranger things happen, but Rexy won't make a mistake with it.
They just, they don't look on today, Broadford.
No, they've been pretty wayward. It's an interesting comment, but they've got their first goal on the board to Rexy Hickman, and 117 Rupo leading Broadford 1 straight goal.
They just don't look tuned in to me at the
They
moment.
don't, no, that's for sure. They're going to have to find a little bit.
The midfield of Rupertswood are just getting way too much space. Muir and Swallow and Cicero in the centre, and also Caldone. They're just finding too much space and around the stoppages, and I think until Broadford tighten that up, they're going to...
Righto, Brad, what have you been able to find out for us?
Guys, jumper change. Number 22, Liam Berry. He's number 21.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Go forward again. Littlewood's there for Broadford. They're going to hold it up just inside forward 50.
And Rupo going forward with another pretty hefty attack. Now there's the throw up. No one can win it. Oh yes, they can. Rupo got the knockdown, comes out wide, no one can pick it up. Leading in the race for the ball is Cicero, but it's taken away by Broadford, and
That's
how
unlucky.
unlucky can you be as the ball bounced off the foot of Littlewood over the line and out
Hickman.
of Hickman, was it?
Yeah.
Over the line and out of bounds, and taking the free kick there will be Swallow for Rupertswood.
Yeah, no, he just couldn't quite...
He was
Bring it
bending,
in.
but couldn't quite make it.
There's a kick forward, a pack form, but at the back, Philpott picked it up. That's the wrong man. Brady stripped him of it. Now they got to win the ball. Broadford. Littlewood had it stripped of him. Coppinger's got it, and a free kick is going to go to Big Brady. I think, I'm not sure what it was for, but he's got it. 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and no doubt he's going to fancy his chances to get the second of the afternoon on the board for Rupertswood.
Yeah, no doubt at all. They look much more purposeful at the moment, Riley.
Yeah, they've just got more numbers around the ball. They're able to work it out with a couple of handballs and then kick it long as he lines up, and his kick is just to the right.
And the second behind goes on the board. 1-2-8 Rupo, 1 goal straight Broadford. As we get a change on the ground. And coming on for Rupo is Corso.
So in the back pocket, they're going to just go short. Vianney found Littlewood, goes back by hands to Vianney, just chips it over the top to Boyle. The speedsters are combining there. He goes back by hands to Vianney, who's under a lot of pressure. He gave the hand pass away to his teammate Webb, who was under enormous pressure, and the umpires pinged him for a high fend off. And the free kick will go to Rupertswood. They go quickly by hand. Sullivan ends up with it and kicks him inside forward 50. There's a push out. If I seen one, umpire said no, because I'm going to pay the mark to the man coming forward in Chambers, and he can go back and see if he can kick truly.
And this is starting to look a little bit worrying in the early minutes for the Roos.
Yeah, no, to me they're just... don't know about you, Riley, but I think they're just falling down big time across half forward. They just can't get that lead-up target, and they're under a lot of pressure coming out of defence.
And the kick is away to the right for another behind, and that's probably keeping Broady in the game at the moment. Come on, they need to turn on.
Yeah, well, they're lucky the Rupos missed 3, otherwise they'd be down 3 goals, and the inside 50 count is not going their way at all, so they're in big trouble as Grenville gets a free kick at centre half back position for a push in the back, I believe, as he kicks it about 50 metres up to the other 50, and it's picked up very nicely by Hall. He drives up to the forward line, and now Berry can't get to the ball, but it's kicked forward by Broadford, and a kick, a soccer goal.
Hibbins.
A soccer kick off the ground on the line. Almost rolled it through himself for a behind, but just got boot to ball.
Yeah, and Hibbins puts the second goal
I don't know about you, Riley, but I thought he just about buggered that up when he tapped it forward to his own advantage. I thought it was going to run away from him.
Through. Brad.
Yeah, guys, inside 50, Rupertswood have got 7 for 1 goal, 3, and Broadford just got their third inside 50 for 2 straight and 15 minutes gone.
Yeah, 2 goals straight Broadford, 12 leading, 1-3 Rupo 9. So we've said they haven't looked turned on, but they're in front as we come up towards the 15-minute mark of this, the first quarter.
Could be lucky. Barton, Grenville come in, got the ball up, got the hand pass. It wasn't the best one to Boyle, but he was good enough at ground level, although it was cut off nicely there by Sullivan. Got a quick kick forward. Coppinger comes across. He's got a wall of Rupertswood players in front of him, so he kicked it to the boundary line. How the umpire call this? He's going to say throw it in. And
what else?
There's a throw in on the wing for just...
Yeah. One day we'll see some more paid.
There's the throw-in. Philpott got to the front, working hard though, was West. Off the ground goes Sullivan, picked up nicely by Podolzak to Muir, goes back to Sullivan, goes by hands further afield to Smith. He got a little toe poke around the corner, it was knocked off there by Broadford. Coppinger, quick kick forward, pounds there, but doing well was Serini. He took the mark, played on quickly, the kick wasn't much to write home about. Coppinger picked it up, went by hands to Vianney, he kicked under a lot of pressure. Grenville got hands to it, couldn't complete the mark. Coming through was Boyle, Serini did well. Grenville laid a strong tackle, hand pass to West. West goes further afield there. 2K, who drives it inside forward 50. Couldn't take the mark there. Was it Smith, Aaron?
Yep.
And it's over the line and out of bounds.
Half forward flank for Rupertswood. They trail by 3 points after having the better of the early part of play. There's the throw in. Nobody gets it. Bending down and picking it up was the big ruckman there for Broadford, but it comes to Rupertswood. They drive it in towards
Free
goal.
kick, Chambers.
And there's a free kick to Chambers.
Holding the man was.
So this should be a certain goal for Rupertswood. I don't know, to me there just seems to be twice as many Rupertswood players out there than Broadford players. When they get the ball at half back, they look up and just see Rupertswood players.
Exactly. Now
Chambers.
10 metres out, Chambers pops it straight through the middle. 2-3-15. Rubo regaining the lead over Broadford 2 straight. 12. It's very, very interesting indeed the way Rubo are going about it. They certainly, hard conditions to look polished, Nath, but they're certainly getting numbers around the ball better than Broadford.
Yeah, in a big way, is going up as West in the ruck, run it down. Off the ground goes Swallow, who's there. Corey Hall for Broadford, couldn't quite pick it up. Toe poked it out in front of himself and is going to try and use his pace. He keeps going towards the line and that's what he wants, and he's found, and the umpire says throw it in, as the Rupertswood players were calling for deliberate, which... probably was, because that was his own goal to me in the end.
Exactly. 5-3-33, Riddle leading Rockbank 1-1-7. Rupo go forward again. And leading in the race for the ball is Chambers, but it's going to beat him over the line and out of bounds. Right on the 50-metre mark, half forward line for the Sharks.
As there's the throw in. Brady went down and is going to get a free kick for too high.
Against Philpott in the ruck contest. Philpott arguing his case, but it won't do you much good.
Goes by hands quickly to Corso, I think that was, who bombed it to the goal square. No one really got a touch on it. It's at ground level. They fight over it and we'll have a ball up. About 10 metres out. Just in front of the behind post, there goes the ball up. Brady run it down, but Piccone read it best. He slipped over at the wrong time. Vianney picked it up and was helped across the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in 20 metres round from the Rupertswood goal.
Yeah, Corey Vianney on the break there, a little bit unlucky to be bundled over the boundary line, but that's the way it goes.
There's the throw in, third man up for Broadford. Vianney with a quick kick out of there. Bullis set himself, got fingertips to it, couldn't complete the mark, went to ground, dived on it. He's trying to get it out. It's been stripped of him, but not before the umpire blew the whistle and said, give it to me, boys, and I'll throw it up.
There's a big jump and there's a free kick being paid, and it'll go to Piccone. Piccone for Broadford. He comes around this side of the ground. No one can mark. On the ground. Oh, a hard bump put on there by Shawnee Duggan. Sees the ball over the line and it's on. We've got fisticuffs. That was a very hard bump put on there, and the Rupo players didn't like it.
And then an aggressive tackle to follow it up as well.
Yeah. Duggan and Swallow, we know Sean Duggan and Swallow play it hard, and that's just two hard nuts going at it. But now the umpire finds a free kick.
And he's going to break it up with a free kick, and the free kick will go to Rupertswood.
Justin Webb was the man that gave it away, and Todd
Paddlezak will take the ball. He goes short, he's got a lead. The lead is on it, but couldn't complete the mark. Reece Smith doing very well from the back there. He tried to go by hand. Finally got it across to Webb.
Had to be. I don't want to insinuate anything, but I think all three Rupertswood players took their eye off the ball then when Webby went up for it and won himself a free kick. Higgs kicked
to Grenville, yep. Romain Grenville, 55 metres out.
He'll probably have a shot.
Goal.
He looks confident.
I tell you what, a terrific young fellow. We were talking to him before the game, weren't we, Rob? Yes, we were. And
good answer.
He's a good kick of the ball, but I'm not sure whether he'll get the distance kicking it out of the mud. He's got onto it nicely, does it? Got the accuracy. It's almost got the distance, fingertips, and across the line and through for a line of score.
Might have been a bit ambitious, but by gee, he didn't miss by much.
Fell 2 metres short.
As Chambers runs it out for Rupo from the back line, runs to 50, does a fairly short kick. Didn't even reach his man in Berry, and now it's a one-on-one. Berry drags his man away from the ball. Umpire didn't see it play on, and it will be helped over the line. And another throw in just in front of the old scoreboard.
Now Piccone being the second ruckman, is he? Wern went up as third man, won it down. Duggan went without it. Piccone dives in there, and there's a free kick being found out for too high. And Shawnee Duggan's going to take it as Swallow got up off the bottom of the pack.
Now Duggan with the ball, 60 metres from Broadford's goal. He puts it in, looking for Hickman, who flies from behind. Couldn't knock it down. There's a bump in the back to Broadford, but the umpire's going to pay it the other way.
Now he's...
50.
Now, Villaniscus got the ball, tackled the Rupertswood player, swung him around. Fair enough, it was without it, but then at the same time, Featon pulled him to ground as well, but he gave him the and then pays. Just sometimes you wonder what goes through the minds of them. They're both holding on to each other. Featon with the ball, 60 out, drives it to the goal square, and the only man there's Philpott.
Big Jimmy takes the mark uncontested.
All it deserved, maybe.
Yep.
Philpott.
He goes short to Smith. Now Smith with the ball, he's in the back pocket. We know he can roost it. He's looking for a teammate in Shawnee Duggan out here, and Duggan judges it nicely and takes the mark.
Play on. No, he kicks it down the wing to a big contest there. More Rupo players than Broadford players here as they handball it around the wing. Fakes one, now goes over the top to Berry, but he couldn't get it as Duggan goes in hard. No high tackle.
Holding the ball.
Oh, he's holding the ball in fact. It was almost a high tackle. Don't see where his prior opportunity was, but Berry will take the kick. Just chips it over the man on the mark. Renville takes it great.
Running with the flight of the ball.
Mark. And he'll go back and probably just give it a long kick because there's Rupo men everywhere. So he goes around on his curve and he kicks it to Hickman, and it's knocked over the boundary line by the Rupo defender.
Musket.
They will have a throw in right in front of the broadcast box.
Romanic hasn't got much of the ball this game.
It's nice to see the players for a change roles.
But we haven't seen Romanic.
No, he's been very quiet. Grenville picks it up. He's slung off the ball, and the umpire's taken a free kick for holding.
No, holding the ball.
It will go to Cicero. Cicero plays it around the wing. It goes to Berry. Berry's kick is ordinary. Duggan dives on top of it. Now the ball comes out in Broadford's favour and driven to the half-forward line. Romanic battling. He can't do it. Doing a good job on him at the moment there is Egan. Now it heads for the boundary. Villaniscus chases it, but it beats him over the line now to bounce. Sorry, Nath, you were saying about that in the middle?
Well, Grenville got pinged for holding the ball when he got a hand pass out.
Yeah, well, there you go. And there's the siren for quarter time, and that went 24-54.
Which is not
So,
surprising.
and the inside 50s probably indicate that, but the result hasn't come up on the scoreboard.
No, well, that's it exactly, Tony. So second quarter start, I'll throw back to you guys.
Brady run it down, but it's not going anywhere, and we'll have a secondary ball up in the centre circle. So the umpire comes around and gets to the throw up again. The ruckman got nowhere near it. Piccone got a big fist to Barton, found hands to Pound, who drives it forward looking for Romanic on a long lead. He's got it, goes by hands to Grenville at 55. Grenville tumbled one inside forward 50. The defence through. Musket are going to cut it off for Rupertswood. His kick out. Piccone rose high, got the ball to the front. There was Swallow, who just looked for the boundary line, and the umpire says, throw it in.
Oh, you're kidding. Never mind.
Obviously, that rule hasn't filtered through.
No, it's taken a while for the carrier pigeon to get up from the AFL Umpires Association to the RDFNL with that rule.
There's the throw in.
Piccone first through the pack, gets a quick kick up to the forward line. He was looking for Bullis, couldn't find him. In there also for Broadford was Romanic, and the ball's taken away and cleared out of the danger area. And we'll have a ball up almost in the centre of the ground.
There's the throw up. Philpott got front position, won it down nicely. Quick kick from Barton, goes forward. Grenville was caught behind. That's not what the coach wants. He wants you in front. He's got a second chance. He bursts to 40. Has a shot on goal. It looks pretty good. Oh,
hit the post. Wow. Gee, that was a bit of a dasher, Riles.
Yeah, he's been best on ground so far, Grenville, because he's just been exciting every time he's touched the ball.
Well, he certainly does, as you say, throw an element of excitement into the game, doesn't he?
And he did so 2 weeks ago as well, as we were commentating.
Yes, he
Oh, there's an error from the kick in. It's out of bounds on the full. And going to take it as Villaniscus. He just chips it into the lead of Hickman, who takes the mark 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle, and you would hope Rexy can go back and kick this one.
Yeah, well, he'll put Broadford in front if he does. And he's looked very dangerous up forward too, as Rexy Hickman.
He's done a stack of work, and it's just good to see. I'd like to see him and Romanic just change for half of this quarter and
put Romanic a bit further out.
Let Romanic get a touch of the ball, because he's good when he gets going, but at the moment he hasn't, as Hickman stutters in, kicks on its way. It looks pretty good straight through the middle.
And there's another goal to Hickman. He's second for the game. And Broadford move along to 3 goals to 20, leading Rupertswood 2-3-15. And that's a much better start to this quarter from the Roo boys.
Yes, no, that's just what they want. Come from an errant kick in though, out of bounds on the full, and Villaniscus was good enough to hit up Hickman on a strong lead.
Brad?
Yeah, guys, I don't know whether it's been noticed or not, but maybe the primary score ends actually the scoring and going in against the wind.
Well, it could be the wind. Our one-off engineering windsock's springing to life, so a bit of wind picking up, but it seems to be a bit more across the ground than end to end.
That's good that it's a long way away from us, because it's not us producing the hot air that's doing that. Barton's got a chance to win it. He does. He got it out. I don't know if it was illegal, but Vianney got it to Piccone, who threw it across the top. I don't know why he should have gone back to Vianney. Now Rupertswood in with a chance. Williams did well to win it out. Working hard was Muir. He got it up to a teammate who was strongly tackled. Now Williams went and won it and kicked it round the corner. Grenville in front. This time taps it on to his own advantage of a teammate in Boyle, who went without it. They're working hard back there. In there is Egan. They're just trying to get it out and they can't. And the umpire will come in and ball it up half forward for Broadford.
That was clever play again from Grenville. He goes up in the ruck this time. No one wins a decisive knockout. Rupo come away with it, drive it into the centre of the ground. There's a nice blind turn from Snitty. He's going to have a shot. He's within 70 metres. No, he should. But it's marked right on the goal line by Rupo and they'll clear it out. Oh, you can see his eyes light up from here as Reece Smith dashed in towards goal. Anyway, picking it up now is Kay for Rupertswood. He gets it further around this side of the ground at Chambers. Chambers goes forward, but it beats both players over the line, and we'll have a throw in.
It had the accuracy too. It was just the man on the line.
It made it all bar for a few metres rolls, but you could see Reece light up as he dashed through the middle of the ground.
Yes, as he did that blind turn, you could just see those eyes, the white of him, as Pound went to ground, couldn't get it out. There's a good hand pass up. It comes across there to Agnello, and he can't keep it in and will have a ball in.
Similar place. Yeah, two very evenly matched teams as their position on the ladder indicates, guys, and they're living right up to it.
Giving us a good contest. Philpott got the front position. The Piccone tried to go off the ground, and it came off the inside of the boot and over the line and out of bounds.
And the throw in about 5 metres further around. As players take their spot, Shawnee Duggan waiting to come back on now. That could have been a holding free kick to Philpott. No, says the umpire, play on.
In the back to Swallow.
Winning it downwards. Brady, Swallow's got... No.
Swallow.
Yeah, that is going to Swallow.
In the back from Webb.
And Swallow 60 metres out from the Rupertswood goal. He tries to run around Webby. He does, but lost the ball in the meantime. Picked it up and then aimed straight for the boundary line and put it straight over. And it's on again as Piccone comes in to tell him what a good kick it was. And Swallow throws Piccone to the ground, and the umpire's fallen for it.
Now he's paid the free kick, and now he's going to pay 50 from...
The free kick was for out of bounds on the full, so I don't quite understand how we can pay a free kick here and then 50.
No, that's all right. The 50 didn't go where I thought it was going. That's all right.
Yeah, it went from where
to Vianney.
Free kick was, yeah.
Whose kick inside forward 50 is not the best set. Romanik Katarski almost got there. He tried to trap it off the ground there. Goes Kay. He leads in the race for the ball out there with a teammate who was Cannon, who picked it up. Got it back nicely to Kay, who drove it forward. There's hands everywhere. It comes to ground at the back of the pack. Trying to pick it up was Muir. Couldn't. Now leading in the race for the ball. Strong tackle by Reece Smith and Podolzak. I think that is Todd. Will take the free kick.
That was just a good tackle.
I think it lingered on a bit long. He didn't quite have the ball as he threw him to ground. And Todd Podolzak has got the chance to get a settler for Rupertswood.
Now, Brad, you're closer to the action than we are down at ground level. A bit of feeling creeping into this game.
Yeah, definitely, guys. It's actually good to see, though. But Nathan said before he's trying to work the umpires out. Don't bother, Nathan. After 8 years, mate, I've given up.
Okay, well, Podolzak's done the right thing by Rupertswood and put the ball straight through the middle. And they now move on to 3-3-21, leading Broadford 3-2-20 in what is turning into a really interesting affair.
Yes, no, it's a real close one. 3-3 plays 3-2, so we got a point in it.
And that was Toddy Podolzak's first goal. Chambers and Keldone, the other two goal kickers for Rupo. While for Broadford, we've got Hickman with 2 and Hibbins with 1.
There's the throw up. Philpott had the advantage of it coming to his way. Barton did well but couldn't break clear of Muir's tackle. He's laid a few strong ones today. Now they go forward. Diving the ground there was the Broadford player who's now sitting on top of it. And the umpire says, give it to me, boys. I'll ball it up. Yes, it was Reece Smith.
He won't like getting dirty.
No, we're not used to seeing Reece get too dirty in these conditions. As there's the throw up. West won it down, but he's given away a free kick for holding Philpott's arm. And Philpott goes by hands to Boyle at half back. He saw something out wide that he liked, and it's not a very good kick as Serini chipped in and took a mark. He's going to go down the line.
kicks to a contest. 4 fly. No one
Free
can
kick,
take the mark,
Broadford.
but Broadford have got a free kick for a push out.
And Corey Hall's going to take it. He quickly gets on towards Grenville in the mud patch.
Oh,
He
look
picked
at
it
that
up, the
mud
wheels
fly.
just spun everywhere. He dropped the ball, he recovered well. Coming in there was Hooper, but there's a free kick coming back to N50.
No.
No.
Yep. The second umpire paid 50.
50, yeah. As Grenville was about to run around his man on the mark, but no need to remain because...
That's Hooper's ball. Grenville thought it was his, but
He
Hooper's
did.
getting the ball.
Okay, well, we'll give it a Hooper.
Blake Hooper,
The
directly
certain
in
goal.
goal.
Hooper wants to give it
No.
back to Grenville. Now, Grenville's got it back. They will make up their mind eventually. And Grenville will take the free kick from about...
The only thing I know in that is what the 50 was for.
Yeah.
And that was because the Rupertswood player didn't give the ball back to Grenville. And hence the 50.
And we don't know where Todd Hooper came from, but at one
Blake.
stage it was going to be his kick. Blake Hooper.
As
Now,
Grenville,
Romain Grenville comes in, puts the ball on its way, bang, straight through the middle.
I thought Hooper had the ball and was trying to give it to Romanic, but the Rupertswood player was holding his jumper and he was just trying to get him off him, but he wouldn't let go, so the umpire paid 50 eventually.
Aha, fair enough. Fresh pair of eyes on that one. Thanks, Riles. But he's certainly been worth the price of admission to come in and see Romain. Brad.
Yeah, guys, inside 50, at the moment of 5 to Broadford and 2 to Rupertswood.
Lovely.
so that just about evens them out for the
For the
game.
game, yeah.
West got up high, won it down. Here's a chance for him. Barry, driving it inside forward 50, holding his ground there was Littlewood. It goes to the back, picking it up there was Dawson. He gave a hand pass to Smith, who dropped it. Here's a chance for Rupertswood if they can win the ball. Coppinger laid a strong tackle. There's now 3 of them around it, and the umpire says holding the ball
Great
against
tackle, Paddy Coppinger.
Dylan Podolzak. Coppinger's kick has not
just marked in the nick of time by Damien Barton, who goes into the middle of the ground, but nobody's home. Oh, it's a long way down for the big fellow to try and pick it up in West. He couldn't. Finally, it comes out aside to Damien Podolzak, but his kick is cut off by Stevie Boyle.
Goes by hands to Smith. Smith drills a pass, almost cut off by Barry. Also out there was Pound. He's been quiet today as Josh. He tried to, legged him. And the free kick will go to Josh Pound.
Yes, a lift from Josh would certainly do their chances no harm. I thought come off.
It did. He kicked the ground as he kicked the ball, did Josh. He went the old 1-2 with Grant Wern. He ran himself into trouble and then just kicked it in hope. Piccone got to front, couldn't complete the mark. At ground level, he fights hard. He's won a free kick for too high. He picked the ball up and tried to run away, but the umpire says that's not allowed.
Go back behind your mark, Lance.
He does that now. He got his kick out wide. Vianney couldn't complete the mark. Barry picked it up, got it across to Kay, whose little kick forward has found his man out there in Cannon. Went by hands to Cicero. He went to the big ruckman in West. Grenville got across there to smother it. It's going to come off though because Sullivan's got a bit of time and space to go. He went by hands back inboard to Barry, who drove it inside forward 50. Out there was Podolzak. He's got the ball. He kept it in. Smith picked it up. Went by hands across the top to Corey Hall, who's been tackled. That's holding the ball. Umpire said no, and it's over the line and out of bounds.
Not much effort being showed from Broadford. They pretty much just walked as the ball came into their defensive end.
There's the throw in, no ruckman got near it. Here's a chance at the back for Muir. He's got a hand pass out wide to the run of Barry, I think that was, who had a shot on goal and he's missed it to the left hand side and through for a minor score.
And the scoreboard here at Harley Hammond, 3-4-22. Rupertswood trailing Broadford 4-2-26.
Now they're going to come this side. Dawson's got the short chip in. And now he's got to wait for all the cavalry to arrive on this side of the ground. He sits it up looking for Coppinger. Got hands to it, couldn't complete the mark. Oh, there's a high hit.
He didn't
I
pass
thought on Podolzak. He got up and tried to affect the ball. Hooper's got it. He's been run down from Kay. Holding the ball. Swallow picked it up, took the advantage, drove him inside forward 50. Who's at the back? Oh, free kick against Dawson. And it will go to Aidan Muir.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional there from Cam Dawson. Just wrong hand in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, it was just one of those situations. He just happened to grab him across the shoulder and pull him backwards as he was going back.
And this game giving us everything it's promised. They are going in so hard, so fierce.
That was a good tackle here by Benjamin Kay on Blake Hooper.
Yeah. Now there's the kick. It's not going to score a major, and it slides through for a behind.
Just.
3-5-23 trailing Broadford 4-2-26.
Should just play on here, no one on the mark. Decides not to, chip kick in and finds his man in Vianney, who goes, and they finally exit the 50, but it's cut off by Rupertswood on the forward flank, and they'll bomb it to the centre half forward position. There's two Rupertswood men there, they spoiled each other, now they go inside forward 50, kicks over the big ruckman, but he's hit his man in number 13.
Toddy Podolzak.
Good kick by...
it was an excellent kick, yep.
I thought it was for the big ruckman and he missed the target, but Podolzak was just standing in there behind him and accepted it quite easily.
And Todd coming back to take his shot on goal. Bang! There it goes. Umpire wants it. It's a goal, and Rupo back in front in what is turning into a fascinating contest out here at Harley Hammond Reserve. 4-5-29, Rupo leading Broadford 4-2-26. Riles, that was a big tackle down here on
oh, yes.
on Toddy Podolzak's younger sibling.
Yeah, two people were tackling him, and then another one came in to help and got him higher.
Yeah, I'll say.
Got him high, all right.
And Brad's in the best position down there. He can hear the bones crunching as it happens. We've just got to look on from afar.
Piccone got the ball from the ruck tap. He got it out to Webb. I thought he threw it. I thought Justin threw it.
Yeah,
and the umpire said holding the ball, illegal disposal, and the free kick will go to Rupertswood in the centre of the ground. And the man there taking it was Caldone, who drove it forward. Chambers at the back of the pack. It just bounced into his hands. He went back to Cannon, who kicked it towards Muir. Dawson maybe gave away. Muir at the back of the pack rolls it through. 2 in a minute.
2 in a minute, and they've dashed away to what would be just about the biggest lead of the game so far, I'd reckon.
Just about, and Brad will be able to tell us, but those inside 50s would have evened up in this quarter.
I dare say they would have. Brad?
Mic on?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, the inside 50s now are 8-5 to Rupertswood. So Rupertswood got 8 inside 50s so far for their 2 goals 3, and Broadford 5 inside 50s for their 2 goals 1.
There you go, and this is turning out to be every bit as good a game as we thought it might.
There's the throw up. Philpott maybe a fingertip to it. Piccone tried to get it out on the bottom of the pack. There is Webb working hard, but he can't get it out, and the umpire's found a free kick.
And will in fact
go to Swallow,
who's been dynamic for Rupertswood. Now Swallow takes the ball, he brings it to this side of the ground. They set themselves, no one can mark. A couple of chains of hand passes and it comes out to Kay.
Got it.
Rupertswood, who drives it into Muir, and Muir's taken the mark. He's going to centre the ball. He's got a man all on his own.
Podolzak.
And Toddy Podolzak, and Podolzak will line up for his second in 2 minutes. And that was very loose checking from Broadford defence.
Gee, that Muir's on fire at the moment.
Yes, he's really given them a spark up forward.
And the change has been made, I'm tipping. Dawson's just come off. Romanik's come back on and gone back into defensive 50.
Back. We haven't seen... Now there's the kick from Toddy Podolzak. And it's off to the right and through for a behind only, a let off for Broadford. We haven't seen Broadford desperate enough to put Adrian Romanek in the back line for quite some weeks.
No, and he's gone straight to Muir, who's having a good little purple patch as Smith does a little bullet and finds Corey Hall 40 metres out from his own goal. Corey Hall comes wide looking for Littlewood, who's been quiet today. He's got the ball, he's got 2 to beat. You can't do that, that's holding the ball, umpire. You got to pay that.
Nope, I'm going to...
And if it's not holding the ball, it's
high fend off.
Deliberate. Because he just wanted to get over the line.
Now there's the throw in. The big men wrestle. It comes down on the ground. Now Swallow has it for Rupertswood. He gets it across in turn to a teammate in Featon. Featon drives it up to the full forward posse, scouting the Packwards Chambers. His kick smothered. Comes back to him. No, it doesn't. In there hard is Smith throwing his weight around. Trying to pick it up, Corey Hall. Ball comes out and there's a wild kick on goal.
Corso.
From, sorry Nath, Corso. Yep. And he's missed everything and it's over the line. And we'll have a throw in the forward pocket for Rupo. Currently on the scoreboard leading by 10 points, 5-6-36 Rupo, Broadford 4-2-26. And the game is on for young and old.
About 20 minutes gone in this second quarter as there's the throw in. Philpott won it down. Wern's working hard. He picked it up. Got a hand pass out, but it didn't go anywhere. He had to dive on it himself again. He's been tackled and the umpire will come in and ball it up. Deep into the forward pocket for Rupertswood.
Now Wern gets up off the ground, throws the ball to the umpire. We'll start play again.
Chambers third man up. They can't clear it yet. Broadford have picked it up. A quick hand pass up, found Corso. Coppinger somehow got it. He got it across to Boyle, who got it to Villaniscus, found the hand pass to Wern. Wern kicked it as far as he could. Muscat leads in the race. Hickman certainly gave away a free kick. Umpire said no. He picked the ball up, got the hand pass on to Duggan. Got it back to Villaniscus, who's done some good follow-up work. Goes by hands to Hibbins. Hibbins set himself. Strong Hibbins shoulder there from Smith, and it's put him off the ball and ends up in the hands of West. Goes backwards towards Smith. He's got it. Got a good shepherd there from a teammate in Sullivan and kicked it out wide, looking for Podolzak. He got hands to it, couldn't complete the mark. Williams has done well. Corey Hall's just waiting. Agnello got the hand pass backwards to Smith. His hand pass was up in the air. Umpire said throw. That was a hand pass, and a free kick will go to Williams, and Matt Williams has got it on the wing.
If it wasn't so wet and muddy, I reckon Vilinskis would have just bounced it and took it all the way himself.
Now the kick from Williams finds the boundary line. It's gained about 30 metres for Broadford.
Some good work by Villaniscus. Quick hands in the back line, which got Broadford on the run, and then the good follow-up work to get down there. Swallow and Webb wrestled in the ruck, and no one really won it down. Now players dive on it, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. And Hibbins just took too long to get his kick away then.
There's the throw up. Up they go. The big fellow wins it down in Brady. No one can pick it up. Bullis has just come on through the interchange gate to get it over to Grenville. He's tackled hard. Could have been in the back. Could have been holding the ball. Neither was paid. Umpire says play on. Grenville says, all right, if you're going to make me do it, I will. He goes back in and gets it. Gets it across to Boyle, who's kick smothered. Grenville, for the fourth time, has gone in and made a big go of it, but it's bundled over the line and out of bounds right in front of the Rupertswood coaching box.
It's a tough game of footy. Players diving, throwing their bodies on the line. Brady, front position, won it down. Grenville kicked it off the ground. Leading in the race for the ball there was Featon. The hand pass goes backwards and finds Caldone. He's got a man out wide in Corso who's made good space and he's got the mark. He goes by hands across the top to Agnello. Agnello turns around, kicks it inside. Maybe Brad will be able to tell us more, but West has just come off not looking the best. Smith in defensive line for Broadford. Tried to get a kick away, couldn't, and that's holding the ball. Free kick will go to Muir.
Brad.
West, Muir drove towards goal. A good shepherd on the line from Cannon, and it's home, and that's his second for the quarter. 4 for Rupertswood.
Brad, how are things going down there?
Yeah, West come off, he looks like he was holding his shoulder there for a sec. I'm not too sure because he's moving it fairly well, but he's going into the rooms now, so I'll try and find out.
Thank you. And that'll be a severe loss.
That will certainly affect their ruck.
Anyway, Muir with another goal. He's kicked 2 in this quarter, and Rupertswood bursting out to a nice lead, 6-6-42. Played Broadford 4-2-26. 23:47 gone.
Piccone went off the ground, but it was smothered nicely in there. He tried again, but couldn't get it out. Now it comes to the back of the pack. Muir, Podolzak, that was Dylan, kicked it forward to the back of the pack is Romanik. It's been a while since he's been that part of the ground, but his kick was nice and found his man out there in Barton. His kick was terrible to Piccone, put him under pressure, and Rupertswood with the numbers through Chambers goes backwards to a teammate. They now go forward. Barry found it, got it across to a teammate in Cicero. His kick was ordinary, and it's out of play in front of Cannon on the outer side, half forward for Rupertswood.
And Rupo doing well at the moment. They're into attack again. And they've polled on 4 goals in this quarter to Broadford's 2. And I'd say the coaching bench down there for the Kangaroos would be starting to wonder what they can do to try and swing it around. They've thrown Romanik back to try and stem the tide of goals.
Now picking the ball up there was Barton. He got rid of it in the tackle. Quick kick forward from Podolzak, ends up in the hands of Muir again. He's had a purple patch in this quarter, maybe dropping the ball. Umpire said no. Villaniskas cleaned it up, but his kick was terrible. It comes across there to a teammate. Nice smother there from the man there was Bullis. Working hard was Podolzak. It comes out the back of the pack. A quick hand pass across the top finds the man there in Smith. His hand pass was cut off by Duggan. Now they're fighting over each other, the Kangaroos, for the ball. Duggan got a high one and will get a free kick from Muir and the umpire. And Duggan at half-back's got a chance to release a little bit of pressure. Coppinger's giving a good lead out wide. Him and Pound almost got in each other's way. Josh Pound claimed the mark, and the umpire said, yes, you marked that just before it touched the ground.
Now Josh goes into the middle and finds Reece Smith. Smith with the ball. He's going to go out wide. He won't blaze away this time, but the kick's a little bit too long for Vianney. He's met solidly, hit the ground, goes back in to pick it up. Can't. It's on the ground again. Pound's in there. He's tackled high. Play on calls the umpire, and we'll have a throw up. Centre half forward for Broadford. As the siren sounds, and it's half time here at Harley Hammond Reserve, where we've got Rupertswood 6-6-42 leading Broadford 4-2-26. And Nath, you've got the goal kickers there.
Yes, for Rupertswood, Podolzak, Muir have got 2 each, and singles to Chambers and Caldone, while for Broadford, Hickman's got 2, and singles to Hibbins and Grenville.
And it's really been a slugfest out there. Broadford have got to come up with something to stem the flow. In that quarter, young Aidan Muir for Rupertswood, he really had a purple patch, as you described a number of times in the call, mate, and wound up with 2 goals. And Toddy Podolzak, he gave them quite a good target and was strong in the air across that half-forward line. Broadford, Romain Grenville tried his heart out in that quarter, tried to lift them but couldn't, and they just seem to be lacking all cohesion up forward.
Oh, they just look out of sorts today. They just...
Well, you said that 3 minutes into the game.
They just don't... Their structure's just...
in their direction up forward.
Romanik's gone back forward. Grenville starting deep. As there's a throw up. Philpott won it down. He's got to do his own rove, and he threw it out. Corso with the quick clearance for Rupertswood goes forward, and there's a strong mark. And was taken there by Chambers, is it? No, Podolzak. Todd. Yep. And Todd Podolzak has got the chance within the first 20 seconds. Sorry, I'll say the first 40 seconds to put the goal on the board as the clock ticks over to 30 seconds.
Well, you mentioned the fact of the marking inside the 50 metres, Nathan. There's another example of it. He leans back on that one and pulls it way, way, way to the left.
Out
and
on the full.
Missed everything. That was a bit of a surprise.
That was a huge surprise. So Littlewood with the free kick deep in defence. He's going to change directions and go the outer side of the ground. Good mark taken by Wern. On the stretch, he wheels around. He goes down the line with a shocking kick. It beats Corso. Found the man there in Piccone, who got onto Boyle. There's a bit of run for Broadford. Boyle drove it in. Roll over by Dawson. Outside of the boot. Grenville hit the post.
He had a swipe at it with his foot in mid-air and missed, and the ball rolled into the post. As
the quick kick comes in, Featon leads in the race for the ball, but the boundary line has beaten him and it's out of play.
Well, that looked much better from Broadford going forward. Bad luck for Romain Grenville. Anyway, the throw in. Nice hit down there by Philpott. It comes out to Piccone. Piccone in turn goes to Webb. Webb drives it up to the half-forward line. No one's there. Vianney leads in the race for the ball. Romanic comes the other way, pushes him off it. Vianney breaks clear, swings around, has a shot at goal, but it's missed. And through for a behind only. So that's 2 behinds in this quarter, 4-4-28. Broadford trailing Rupo 6-6-42.
Kicking goes to the outer side. Just edged under the ball was Chambers by his opponent. Goes to the back of the pack. The mark's been taken just outside 50 for Broadford by Hickman. Grenville provided a strong lead, but he ignored it. He set it to the goal square. Romanic with his first run at it for the day. Comes to Dawson, front and centre. A bit of an up and under. Has it got the distance? It has. And Broadford get the first goal after Podolzak had a chance 30 seconds in.
And that's just what Broadford needed. They've turned Rupo's disaster with Toddy Podolzak into a positive, and they move along to 5-4-34, trailing Rupo 6-4-42.
Another interesting move is they've put Cam Dawson forward.
Yeah, well, Cam Dawson we've seen play a lot of football forward over a period of time. Not so much this year. He's been the running half back for Broadford. But yeah, they've certainly swung things around.
Tried a few different things.
Yeah, they've got Romanic and Romain Grenville deep in the forward line.
They just got
Dawson out at half.
Brady climbed high but couldn't get the knockdown. Piccone goes off the ground. Dawson again into the game. Got a hand pass across to Villaniscus. Got it across to Hickman. Hickman wants another man. He's got him, but he made Boyle stretch for it and he couldn't quite control it. Here's a chance for Rupertswood through the man of Serini. He got it out. A quick kick came from Featon. It's up and under. Back. Dawson has taken the mark 52 metres from home. He saw a lead. He kicked it in that direction. Piccone stood underneath it, marked it, played on, straightened, goal.
And that's the start Broadford needed. They move along to 6-4. Trailing 6-6, 40 plays 42 here at Harley Hammond Reserve. And that looks a lot better. And Dawson, as you pointed out, Nath, has been in the play 3 times already in this quarter.
Yeah, no, well, we know him as a forward when he was at Romsey.
Yep.
And he had a good grand final there. I think he kicked 4 or 5 from memory in one grand final, and he just knows to play forward. He looked a little bit out of sorts down back, gave away a few silly free kicks, but he's certainly looking at home now. Here's another chance for him, although Swallow maybe should have got a free kick. Umpire said no. There's a quick kick in. Little Smith got a fist down. Corey Hall got the ball. There's that pressure because he just kicked it and hope he found Williams. He goes across to Vianney, goes back to Williams. Here's a better run from Broadford. He goes up looking for but can't find his man Hickman, and Muscat chipped in and took a good defensive mark. Goes short, missed the target terribly. Agnello was there, got it across there to Swallow, who tried to hit up a man. Yes, he has, and that's Muir. He's a long way from home. There's Muir. He's going to chip it over the top, trying to find the next link. Well worked out under the ball there was the man Chambers by Reece Smith, who took the mark and played on.
Now Smith drives into the centre of the ground. No one can mark it, but Swallow's there to pick up the crumbs. He gets a quick kick into the half-forward line for Rupertswood. They're in the vanguard here, is picking it up and breaking clear as Corso. He goes in short to Podolzak, and Podolzak's going to have another ping at goal. This time he's probably 10 metres closer. Let's see what he does with this one.
Thought Corso might have had a shot then. Might have been better off if Podolzak don't kick this one as any better than his last one.
Oh, he hasn't. He's hooked it to the left and it's through for a behind only, and Todd won't be pleased with himself over that. 6-7-43 Rupo playing 6-4-40 Broadford as the ball's about to be brought in by Reece Smith. He's going to the outer side of the ground.
He gets a good chunk of it. He found his man but couldn't complete the mark. Chambers front and centre, fumbled it. Then he got tackled. Now Piccone picked it up and tried to burst his way through like a raging bull but couldn't. And he's been wrapped up and we'll have a ball up on the edge of the square. So the umpire gets the ball back and throws it up and finds a free kick immediately. Blood rule. So we've got a little
Delay in play.
break in play. As is it Sullivan coming off?
Dylan Polozak's going on as a replacement. And
No, it's Chambers.
Chambers, yeah, with a cut above the eye. That'll be attended to by the trainers, and they won't want to lose Chambers' drive. He's been one of their best roles.
Yeah, he definitely has. He's been a good mark and good at setting up those short kicks that they move so well through.
From the throw-in, and nothing much happened. We'll do it all again. There's the throw-up. Ball hits the ground. Piccone picks it up. He can't go anywhere. It's stolen from him and driven forward quickly by Rupertswood, but the umpire's found a free kick.
Now,
And it will go to Rupertswood against Piccone, who's protesting, and the kick will go to
Serini.
Serini. Damon Serini. He's looking for an option. He's 60 metres out from the Rupertswood goal. And he's just going to put it up to centre half forward. Hope the big men can get it. It's knocked away there from Corso. Hits the ground. No one can pick it up. Littlewood going in hard. And the umpire's going to ball it up. Centre half forward for Rupertswood.
Brad. Hang on.
Yep.
Which button do you have to press?
Try that one. Brad.
Nope.
Nope. Try that one. Brad. Nope, we haven't got Brad anywhere at the moment.
Podolzak, Dylan, got a quick kick forward, a big fist came, reading the pack nicely was Sullivan, he tried to bring it back but couldn't, and it's through for a minor score.
Yeah, our technicians left the ground, Brad, so that's the one. Have a go now, mate.
Gee, Tony, you make my amusement. Mate, you're a hell of amusement.
That's enough.
Got an injury update.
Yep.
Joel West for Rupertswood. Copped the knee in the back of the head and will take no further part in the game.
Right, as Villaniscus drives it into Broadford's forward line, Remain Grenville lurking behind the pack picks it up and has put it through, and Broadford back in front. Yeah, this is, yeah. Broadford back in front as we sort out the gear, 7-4-46, leading Rupertswood, 6-8-44. And yeah, well, I've got no hum now, Rob, but when Mike 2 comes on, we've got, maybe because I've got all those buttons up. Right, now there it is, it's back again. Okay, ball back in the middle of the ground as Nate takes a break. It comes forward for Broadford once again. Dawson flies for it, can't quite get it. On the ground, could have been in the back. Play on calls the umpire. Rupertswood picks it up, there's throw, and a free kick comes to Broadford in the form of Damien Barton. Barton goes in short looking for Pound, and Pound's got the ball. And Josh will take his kick from right on the 50-metre line as we try to sort out the gear. And Josh must fancy himself. Reece Smith ran by, his eyes gleaming, hoping for a hand pass, but it didn't come, and Josh Pound will kick from 53 metres out. Looking for firm ground, he finds it, he gets it on its way, won't make the distance. Up they go, and back there taking a good mark. is the Rupertswood defence. Comes out to Muscat. Muscat plays on. He comes around to this side. Chambers back on the ground. Chambers now, he goes into the centre, but Pound cuts it off. Piccone comes in to help out. He picks it up. He's tackled, gets a wild hand pass out. Smith was lurking there, goes back to Pound. They're up and down, all over the place. And we'll have a ball up in the middle of the ground. As we struggle just a bit here in the commentary box now. There it goes, up. No one can take it. Finally, Pound picks it up, drives it forward for Broadford. It's out in front of Dawson. He gets a nice handle on it, gets a hand pass out to Barton. Barton drives it right into the forward line, and we've got a mark to Broadford, taken just 20 metres out from goal. And Broadford look like they've come out inspired after half-time, guys. And Rexy Hickman with the ball will kick from 20 metres. And now Hickman comes in. On his way, there's the kick. Looks pretty good, and Broadford marching away now to an 8-point lead. And they move on to 8-4-52, leading Rupertswood 6-8-44. As the ball's coming back into the middle of the ground. How are you, Nate?
That sounds a lot better.
That sounds a lot better.
Sounds a
They're
lot better
good.
down here too, guys.
You can hear us, Brad. That's good because we can't hear much up here, but
Yeah, guys, Broadford are actually starting to play a bit better football this quarter, so they must have copped the spray off Dean and Skip through the half-time break.
I dare say that was on the cards. As the ball comes down, it's picked up there by Muir. He's going nowhere, tackled by a couple of opponents, including Stevie Boyle, and we'll have a throw up.
Their pressure around the ball's been a lot better, Broadford,
It's
and
been noticeable in its difference.
they're getting a little bit more run from some of these players. Here's a chance. Corey Hall was tackled, didn't really get away with a good free kick, a good disposal. Swallow kicked it inside forward 50. Corso pushing back against Littlewood, did well, got a hand pass across, but only found a Broadford man there who got a hand pass away. Quick kick off the ground from Boyle. Duggan leads in the race for the ball, couldn't quite get there. There's a strong hip and shoulder from Webb. He helped his opponent across the line and out of play, and I think that was Sullivan.
Half forward line for Rupertswood.
So there's the throw in. They tried the third man up, Rupertswood, it didn't quite come off. Boyle got a quick kick, Duggan picked it up, got a hand pass on to Smith, whose quick kick is going to end up with a free kick to Piccone out there on the wing. Now Lance, what's he going to do this one? He drives it as far as he can to the back of the pack. Strong mark taken there by Hickman. He got it further on to Dawson, who misses just to the right-hand side and through for a minor score.
And taking a quick kick in, Corso, now down back.
It was
No,
Egan.
Egan, was it? I was going to say.
Now the next kick's no good because Vianney's cut it off at half forward for Broadford. He drives them inside forward 50. Bullis couldn't complete the mark. Egan did well to get a fist in there. He recovered well, and a free kick will go to Matty Bullis, and it must be for illegal disposal.
And Bullis will take the kick. Some 35 metres out from goal. Matty Bullis, well, he can roots the ball, but it's not always terribly accurate.
No, I reckon he's got one of the worst accuracy percentage in the league. And that's taking in the big man from Wallen in Rex Heppy, and this one's across the face of goal and through for a minor score.
Now looking for the ball to take a quick kick in here is Barry. He does. Gets it out to Muscat. Muscat in the back pocket for Rupertswood. He goes short again and finds Cicero. Cicero stays to this side of the ground this time. That's a nice change, boys. Up they go. Webb couldn't hang on to the mark and put a high tackle on Serini. And Serini will take the free kick.
can't
You've got
do
to
that.
come back behind your mark.
Surely these players have got to know that rule.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Now Serini with the ball. broadcast side of the ground. He's going to go into the middle. He's got a lead on and he honours it, and taking the mark is Corso. Corso in the middle of the ground for Rupertswood, looking for options. He's going to go sideways, does so, and out there he finds a teammate in Smith. Smith drives it into the forward line. They're in the vanguard here, but the hand passes astray, cut off by Boyle. And Broadford are going to run clear through Vianney, who drives it up looking for Hickman. Hickman couldn't take the mark, but he recovered well. He gets the hands out wide. Picking it up now is Corey Hall. He drives it in towards Granville Gremain, I was going to say, but he's got the kick, and his name is
Remain Granville.
Remain Granville. Thank you, Riley. I got completely lost there, Rob. And he'll kick from 35 metres out, and this is a much better effort from Broadford.
Tony getting lost, I've never heard of it.
So Remain Grenville has got a chance to increase this lead for Broadford.
While we've got you there, Brad, it'll be interesting to know the inside 50s for this quarter. They would substantially favour Broadford.
Yeah, guys, they do. 9 to 5.
9 to 5, yep. And it's starting to show on the scoreboard, and if Remain puts this one through, there's the kick.
No,
Umpire had to
thank you.
move, and he's missed to the right. But they do look much better, Riley.
Yes, they're playing with more confidence at the moment than they were in the first half. And a terrible kick to himself there from the Rupo fullback as he bombs it long 50 metres out, and now there's a 2-on-2 contest there. And a free kick going Broadford's way.
And they're getting the run of the ball, and Webb's got the free kick.
As Webb looks inside forward 50
metres, right across the mark.
Yeah, his man tried to just smother that, but he went that bit far over mark.
And he's had a bad minute there as Serini tried to run on forward to the mark, then he ran over the mark. Anyway, Webb will take the kick from 30 metres or 25 metres out possibly, on a very slight angle. Shouldn't have any trouble with this. Bang, thank you, says Broadford, and they move on to a handy lead now. They're breaking right away, 11-17 points in front, and that's an almost direct swing around from half time. 9-7-61.
They've kicked 5 to 2 behinds in this quarter.
And at half time the score was 26 plays 42-16 in favour of Rupertswood, and now we've got it 17 in favour of Broadford. So they're certainly piling the pressure right on the Kangaroos in what's been a very impressive third quarter.
They were very good in the first half, Rupertswood, but they've obviously left it in the sheds in this third quarter, as Broadford are really putting the pressure on him. Here's a chance for Pound to get out of the centre, but he couldn't. He's been wrapped up in a tackle, and we'll have a ball up. And does that maybe losing that second ruckman, has that had much of an effect in this quarter? I'm not sure, but here's a chance for him through Smith, who burst clear of the clearance, drove it deep forward. He was there, but a good mark taken at the back of the pack by Reece Smith, and he's got a chance to clear for Broadford.
Saying his prayers, he took that mark on his knee. Now he drives it out. Oh, there's a big fly, but to no avail from Broadford. Picking it up is Rupo. They'll come back inside their 50, but only as far as Paddy Coppinger, who takes a nice defensive mark. And we'll send Broadford out around that outer side once again, looking for Vianney. Ball beats him over the line, now to bounce.
Hey guys, do you reckon Rupertswood would have been missing Joel West at the moment?
Oh, definitely. Definitely, because they nullified Philpott in the first quarter and a half, Brad, and Philpott's come right into his own in this term.
Yeah,
So it's been a big loss for them.
It is. He seems like Philpott's running rampant at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
Well, he's going up against Muir, who's now got the job as the second ruckman for Rupertswood. Here's a chance for Broadford, although it's been cut off nicely by Sullivan. Got a quick kick inside forward 50. Littlewood led in the race for the ball. Got a hand pass back to Smith, who lost it. Littlewood picked it up, got a little boot on it. Picking it up nicely is Podolzak. That's Dylan. He fires away at shot, at goal. But he's got Toddy's disease and he's missed it to the left-hand side, and it's through for another minor score.
Yeah, Toddy's disease must be contagious.
Certainly is, because that...
Now Smitty goes to himself. He's going to come out on this side of the ground looking for Corey Hall. He got way under the ball. Gee whiz, they both misjudged it. Picking it up there was Barry. He got it across in turn to a teammate in Smith, but it was cut off nicely there, and Broadford go back into attack. Only as far, however, as Egan, who picks it up. He's tackled.
This is very weird. No, he hasn't.
Oh, gee whiz.
I agree with that.
Yep.
He was attempting to get it out, but couldn't. Not much more you can do from that, and he had no prior. There's the tap, goes inside forward 50. Strong clash of bodies there. Now Bullis lays a strong tackle, and the umpire will come in and ball it up 40 metres out from the Broadford goal.
And Broadford looking very dangerous. There's the throw in. Piccone going up in the ruck. He jumps high, but Muir actually won it down. Comes to the ground. Broadford in the vanguard, and there's holding the ball against Josh Pound. And the free kick goes
Serini.
To Serini.
Got a man on in the middle of the ground. He found him nicely, and that was Muir. Goes by hand out wide to put his teammate under a lot of pressure. Umpire called play. No, he's paid the free kick for holding the ball on Matt Smith, and the free kick goes to Williams. He drives it forward looking for Josh Pound. Got his way to the front but couldn't take the mark at ground level. Featon was there. Picking it up was Serini. Got a hand pass across the top. They tap it on. It ends up with Podolzak. That's Dylan. He got a hand pass forward, but only as far as... No, it's coming back. It's a free kick, and it's going to go to Podolzak.
Yep.
He's
now
done.
Dylan Podolzak, he comes in looking for Chambers, who juggles the mark but takes it. He goes by hand across to Sullivan. Sullivan by hand in turn goes across to Cicero. Cicero drives it into the half forward line, but Broadford lead in the race for the ball. Overran it. Going in hard was Hooper. He got a paddle off the ground, but Rupertswood managed to pick it up. Now with the ball is Smith. Dodging, ducking, gets it across to Cannon. Cannon drives it in towards the goal. But it's over the line and out of bounds. And ushered out by Big Jimmy Philpott, who had no intention of keeping it in, Nate.
Nope. It was too far for him to bend over and try and pick it up. There's the throw in. Brady in front position, tapped it down nicely. Also the outside of a boot, doesn't make the distance. Reece Smith took the mark and bursts away from full back line, and then he drives it out looking for Hibbins. Got a hand to it, couldn't complete the mark. Featon's there with him, tapped it up nicely to Muir. The umpire said free kick advantage. He called that very late. You got to bring it back now, but he says no. Then Podolzak has a shot on goal. That's Dylan, and this time he's got the radar on target.
He's got the antibiotics out. He's got rid of Toddy's disease, and Dylan Podolzak brings Rupo back into contention. 7-9-51, 9-7-61. 10 points in this game, and we expected a beauty, and we've really got one. Brad.
Guys, Ruperts would have been in there forward 59 times for their first goal.
And yeah, we've got Broadford going in about the same, and they've managed to kick 5.
Broadford have gone in 10 times for 5-5.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, ball on the ground again. Diving on top of it was Shawnee Duggan, and he was quickly wrapped up by a couple of opponents, and we'll have a throw up. Not far from the centre of the ground.
There's
up they go. Oh, no one got it. It almost soccer-rooed off Piccone's head. On the ground now. Picking it up is
Coppinger tackled
by
by Cannon.
Coppinger. He gets it across to Vianney. Vianney goes backwards. Now Broadford drive it to the wing, and there's a good mark out there taken by
Smith. He's going to come back inboard to Featon. He's got a man out wide in Caldone. Takes the mark. Played on quickly, got around Barton, then drove it deep forward looking for Corso. Doing well there though was Smith, although Littlewood, he missed the ball with his fist, but it got over the back of the pack, and there's a free kick going to Broadford. Not sure what that one was for.
Yeah, he hung on to him a bit long after the ball was spilt free.
And the free kick went to Vianney, who just set it up. Grenville approached the contest with a big fly. Duggan got the ball out the back, got a hand pass on there to Webb. Justin Webb thought about a bounce. He thought too long about that one because it didn't come off too good. And now it's out of play at half forward for Broadford. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
He knew if he bounced it, it wouldn't come up, but he had to.
He should have just kicked it to space and made Romanic run onto it. But you could see him thinking about it and he thought too hard.
Send the runner out, tell him don't bounce.
That is the side to be playing.
Grenville at the back of the pack. He gets a big boot. Looking for Dawson. There's around the neck
every
to
day.
Dawson.
He hasn't paid
No,
it.
he hasn't.
He's been
It's
headed
gone on. There you go. Comes out. Muir suckles it off the ground. It's coming forward. For Rupertswood slowly, ever so slowly. In there hard
In the
was
back.
Webb and also in there was Corey Hall, and Corey Hall will take the free kick.
Well, Dawson was putting a headlock and down to the ground pretty much, and the
Yeah.
umpire decided not to see it.
He did indeed. Now it bounces in the pocket. Villaniscus gets a dubious hand pass to Dawson. He goes back to Boyle. Boyle drives it in looking for someone. No one can pick it up.
Duggan's
And a free
giving away
against
free.
Shawnee Duggan. And the free kick will go to Rupertswood in the form of Cicero. He goes by hand across to Chambers. They look a little bit tired, Rupo, mate.
They do. They're starting to, they've lost all their run from that first half.
As the siren sounds for three-quarter time. And here at Harley Hammond Reserve, we've got Broadford 10 points in front of Rupertswood. 9-7-61, playing 7-9-51. In that quarter, Broadford pile leading in the first quarter and doing it well to half-time. Broadford coming back in that third term. Phil Pop wins the knockdown, but Rupo are going to break away with it first. No, they're not, because it's held up there, and we've got a scrum forming as the umpire runs through the mud in the middle, and we'll have a ball up, almost in the centre of the ground.
There's the throw up. Front position to Brady, and he's given away a free kick for a Shepherd. And Phil Pop will take the resulting free kick.
Now, Big Jimmy looking for someone to hand pass it off, but you're going to have to kick it, Jim, and it is dirty, so you're going to get mud on your boot.
There's the kick, goes forward, strong mark taken in front there from Hickman, who's been very good today. He's going to just chip it into the pocket looking for Romanic, but can't get there. And that's surely a free kick against Romanic. He's called play on.
So.
Boyle from the boundary line has brought it back, and has he got it? He has.
It's a goal, a remarkable kick by Stevie Boyle. There were 4 players in the goal square right on the goal line. They all tried to touch it on the way through, but it beat the lot of them, and that was a terrific kick, Stevie.
It certainly was.
But as you say, I think Romanic might have given away a free kick.
Oh, that's a certain free. You can't jump into their back like that.
Even after he's marked it as well.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, there you go. It's what goes on the scoreboard that counts, and Broadford now move on to a 16-point lead. 67 plays 51.
has he even had a disposal today, Romanic? I don't know if he has. Here's a chance for Rupertswood. Muir out of the centre. Swallows there to help him out. Got a quick kick forward. Corso and Littlewood are after this ball. Littlewood did well to get it. He tried to get round Corso. Got the hand pass back. Put his teammate under a lot of pressure there in Webb. Now here's a chance for Rupertswood. Corso runs to 55. Sets it towards their vacant goal square. Wern got back there. Took the mark. He's got a couple options out wide. One of them's Corey Hall. He takes a mark and runs. This is what we want to see from Corey. Don't bounce it, son, because it won't come back if you're lucky enough. He ran himself into trouble, then got a high up and under kick. Dawson got him out with a one-hander and just plucked it and wheeled around. No one on the mark, so he's going to play on. He's got Piccone free just on 50. Stood there and took the mark. Thought about the hand pass, but I'm sure Lance will go back and have a shot on goal.
I'm sure he will. Shawnee Duggan running by. Piccone thought. Now he hand passes it off.
Romanic.
To Romanic. Oh, drives it in front and Grenville's marked. Romain Grenville marking 10 metres out directly in front. And this will be Broadford's second goal for the quarter. And when he puts this on the board, as he no doubt will, bang, there you go. And I would say that's the ball game, fellas. It's an early call. 11.773 plays 7.951, but there you go. They're just looking really switched on. Rupertswood are looking tired after what was really a very, very strong first half from them, but Broadford have come back in fine fettle.
That's what I have noticed too, guys. We're getting a lot of tired players coming off this ground at the moment in and changing.
Well, the conditions out there, Brad, as you'd well appreciate because you've been out on the ground twice, are anything but ideal. They're very, very heavy indeed.
I can remember being a player playing in stuff like this and absolutely loving it. I look at it now and go, nah.
I didn't know they played tiddlywinks in the wet.
Hey, be gentle.
Okay, ball. We're still waiting for it to come back, so we might continue this little comedy repartee.
I reckon the spare ball's going to come back out, guys, because
Yeah.
you kick it down. He's Remain's virtually kicked it into the primary school, so I reckon the spare ball's coming out.
And
Yes, the ground manager's just gone inside to go get it.
there you go. He's been terrific, Romain Grenville.
He has, but hasn't it shown that that kick from Romanic, that first kick of the afternoon, those boots were a bit rusty.
Yeah, I'll say.
Didn't go anywhere where it was meant to go, but luckily enough for Broadford, Romain Grenville was standing in front and took a mark.
He did indeed, and kicked very truly. And,
And here comes the ball now,
we've
guys.
got the ball now. The
Must
new
have,
ball,
put a bit of air in it.
Or second-hand one anyway.
a new second-hand one. Out to the umpire. Well, it's got a bit of bounce in, so they must have got the air into it all right. As they send a search party out for the missing ball down towards the primary school.
No, just leave it there for the kids to play with on Monday.
There's the throw up. Brady thought he had it but got nowhere near it. Swallow, it went through him, it goes out wide. Williams leads in the race for the ball. He's got it. Rupertswood are just giving up the chase now. There's a poor kick from Williams. He's put it out of bounds on the full, and we've got a chance for Rupertswood through Chambers to come back into play. I just saw a few Rupertswood players then when Williams broke free just
Yeah, their
give
body
up.
language is not good right at the moment, is it? Now Chambers with the ball. He's going to stay to that outer side. Puts it up, pack fly and punched over the line and out of bounds. And we'll have a throw in centre wing, outer side of the ground. As the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 11.773, 7.951, Broadford's favour. And they're looking good, the Roos.
There's
Now-
the throw in. No one got a decisive knock. Here's a chance for Rupertswood, although the hand pass wasn't that good. Put Caldone under a lot of pressure. Piccone just went in hard for the ball but couldn't get it out of there. And also in there was Littlewood, and we'll have a ball up. There it is. Philpott won it down. Boyle got it with the one hand. Vianney, got it with the one hand but couldn't get a disposal away. And we'll have another ball up.
Yeah, stuck into one place over there, but Broadford looking very, very strong at the moment, and Rupertswood looking pretty tired, to be quite honest.
Here's a chance for him to go forward, but the hand pass was errant again. Webb got a hand pass out, got slung to the ground, and he's feeling the effects of it. He hit his head hard on the ground from that tackle. Now here's a chance through Muscat, I think that was. Got a hand pass forward, a quick snap on goal is off target. It's out of play on the full.
And
And
the Pottles Act disease continues.
that came from...
Now waiting for the ball to come back into play. Hope they don't have to get another one. No, they don't. Paddy Coppinger with the ball for Broadford. In the back pocket. He's going to come straight down the line. Pack sets themselves. Up goes Hickman,
Ooh,
and there's
nice
a
mark
good
from Hickman.
mark. That was a great mark, Riles.
Yeah, it was. Just set himself as he goes long down the wing to another contest, and it's another good mark.
Yeah, no, it was a push
pushing it
out.
back against Dawson, and he'll cop it up to Chambers, who's been the backbone all day for Rupo, but he hasn't been able to save him from everything as he kicks it down the wing exactly where it came from. And it's a nice mark for Smith as Smith plays on goes through the centre, and it's gone right in the mud patch. Players won't appreciate it, but they pick it up anyway. Does Broadford handball back to Vianney as he kicks forwards, now up towards the forward
free
flank,
kick.
and he's been dropped off after he's kicked it, and Grenville will take the kick just on the forward flank position for Broadford on the opposite side of the ground. Not many options up there, so he's just waiting. He's got a big kick on him, so he uses it. It goes long inside forward 50 to the pocket, and it's come off the chest of, I think, Romanic there, but he hasn't marked it, and it'll be a ball up inside Broadford's forward 50.
And they're starting to push and shove a little bit again. As the umpire says, well, you go on that way, boys, I'll go on this way with the ball. Hit out comes down to Grenville, who
He's
puts
got
it
it
on his boot. The whistle's gone,
Free kick against Romanic.
and it's a free kick against Romanic.
That's it.
I think that went through
Okay.
from Grenville.
No, it's out of bounds on the full.
Just to break in here, guys, I'm just watching the Broadford bench. Sean Duggan's actually hobbling around a little bit. He's just laid down on his stomach now, getting a bit of attention done to his ankle.
Yeah, and I think Shawnee just wants a rub from the very astute trainer down there.
Featon
Jeez, Tony.
got the ball, kicked it around. Here's a chance for Broadford. Through Littlewood, drives him deep inside Romanic, flew high, Hickman was there, Grenfell front and centre, measured the kick, and he's got another one for the day.
Gee, he's been terrific. Gee, he gives them some bite around the contest for the ball when it's in the air, and he's first to recover always, and Broadford now are starting to draw right away. And after what was a fantastic game in the first half, as I say, poor old Rupertswood looked totally out of legs, no?
Yeah, no, they've really stopped to a walk in this final quarter.
And it's 12-7-79 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 7-9-51 Rupo. That's the difference of 28 points, Riles.
Yeah.
There's the throw up, no clear ruck contest, and players dive on it, and we'll have a ball up.
At the start of the season, Grenville, he didn't get many touches in the game. I thought he was just a big body, running around the ground crushing some packs every now and then, but in the last couple of games we've watched, he's dominated and really been exciting, getting a fair few accurate kicks and accurate handballs, as well as still crashing the packs as that big body.
Now we had Littlewood to Vianney, who drove it into the forward line, but a defensive mark's taken there by Rupertswood. They come out wide to this side of the ground, and Kay takes the mark. Kay's going to go short, and he's found the man that set Rupo alive in the second quarter in Muir. Aidan Muir. He goes virtually down the line, close to the boundary. They keep it in, and it's finally bundled over in front of Wern, and we'll have a throw in front of the coach's box for Broadford, which would be a fairly happy place to be at the moment.
There's the throw up. Muir went third man up. Kay, great pick up. Hand pass towards Muir, and he got a hand pass over the top to Cannon, who runs into an easy goal from 5 metres out. And Ruperts would get their first of the final quarter.
And that'll give them a little bit of encouragement, but there's still too much for them to do. 8-9-57 plays 79. 22 points the difference, and we've played 11:48 in the quarter, and no, yes we have 11:48, I can see.
So the ball's back in the middle. Philpott and Brady to go at it. There's the throw up. Brady went early. Philpott got the tap down. Only as far as Rupertswood. The kick around the corner. Hooper, it plugged in the mud. He threw it out of the mud so he could go pick it up again. He tried to shrug tackles. Got the hand pass across the Bullis. He just threw it out. Swallow with a quick kick forward. Smith's in the prime position but couldn't take the ball. Cannon on ground level sits on top of it. Although Smith's sitting on top of it because I can't see the ball. And the umpire will come in and ball it up.
Over in Sri Lanka, that clean bowled him.
Well,
There's
he'd be
the-
going just as good as what the Aussie batsmen are.
That's for
Webb
sure.
doing some hard work, got the ball, then got the kick away. Now leading in the race for the ball is Fenton. Also there with him is Bullis working hard. He dived on it, Bullis. He raked that in. And the umpire said, give it to
bit
me.
lucky there, Matty.
And we'll have a ball up on the wing in front of the commentary box.
Now the big men do battle. Yeah, that was interesting. Philpott won it down, got it to Piccone, who tried to burst through, but he was tackled. Ball pinched from him, hits the ground again. The umpire's whistle's blown, and we've got a little wrestle on. The umpire's staying way away from the scene.
If I was a Broadford player, I'd be staying well away from this as well. There's a
exactly.
free kick against Hibbins. And 50
And
metres.
50.
50, and it will go to Chambers. Yeah, Hibbins almost completely denuded, you might say ring-barked Chambers in that tackle, and the umpire broke it up with a free kick and a 50-metre penalty. Chambers drives it in, looking for Muir. 2 grabs at it, he takes it, runs on, bang, goal, and there's 2 in a couple of minutes. Maybe there's a sting in this tail yet, Nath.
Just maybe. You just never know.
Yeah, well, I'm not feeling terribly comfortable at the moment as the lead's reduced to 16 points. 12-7, 79 Broadford, leading Rupertswood 9-9, 63. I declared Broadford about 7 minutes ago. I'm not feeling all that confident now.
There's still probably plenty of time left in this one if Rupo can just keep this run going. They got the last 2.
Well, that incident indicated Broadford have probably lost a little bit of concentration.
We lost 3 or 4 minutes too, guys. We balled down in the primary school, so what it's played now? 15 minutes. So there's
Yep.
probably another 10 minutes of this game left, I'd say, being
Yeah,
the
fair
good
enough.
timekeeper that I was.
Yeah, we'll let that one slide through to the keeper. He can go to Sri Lanka with
The catch.
with Reece Smith. Yeah. Now, there's the throw up. Up they go. Brady wins the knockdown. Couldn't get it to anybody, but they break through. He roves his own ball. Gets a quick kick into the forward line. Leading in the race for
And
the
he's
ball
back
there
up
is
by no.
Zach. He's tackled by Wern, put to the ground, and the umpire comes in and will ball it up. You reckon Toddy was a bit unlucky there?
Maybe, but maybe he fell more to the side than in his back. Umpire said play on. There's a free kick though to Brady in the ruck.
And this could be 3 in 5 minutes for Rupertswood and put them right back in the game, and I'm starting to get itchy feet here. I might have to leave the commentary box.
You'll have to keep searching for them smokes.
My word I will. Thank you, Nathan, for reminding me. I'm not worried about the smokes, I'm just worried about the $18 a packet they cost. Anyway, that's beside the point.
As Brady's got the ball, he'll kick from about 40 metres out. This one to really tighten this game up, bring it back to 10 points. Kicks on its way. It's looking pretty good.
And the game is on again. 10-9, 69, 12-7, 79, right on here at Harley Hammond. And Brad, you've made the point that this quarter is going to be longer than perhaps many would expect because of that delay we had with the ball.
Yeah, we would have lost easily 4 minutes with the ball down in the primary school. Guys, I just got a message from home. Apparently I'm sounding all right, but the wife also said have a look at the AFL scores. And Tony, the Swans are leading by 68 halfway through the last quarter,
It
mate.
was 54-0 at one stage, Brad. Yeah, lovely to see. Okay, back to this game.
Here's a chance for Broadford. Vianney picked it up, got it back to Boyle, who just chipped it over the top. The mark was taken there by Webb. He turned and ran, kicked it, Romnick over his head. There's a good mark in defence. Umpire called play on. Well, if that's play on, you got to give him a free kick from the back because they just jumped on him.
Jumped on him. Every which way.
I thought he marked that.
Could have been
so
3
did
free
I.
kicks there.
Yeah.
So there's the throw up.
Luck's of fortune. No one can win it down. Roving the pack there is Rupo. They're going to break away with it through Agnello. He gets it around, but only as far as Piccone, who sits under the ball and takes an easy mark. Goes into centre field and has found Williams. Matty Williams with the ball for Broadford. He just puts it up to the full forward position, but there's a good mark taken there by Muscat in defence. Brady, was it?
The big ruckman.
Oh, the big ruckman. Brady it was.
He's got back there
He's got mud on one of his ones.
got back there to help out his defence. He kicks out looking for Agnello. Littlewood climbed high. Couldn't take the mark. Corso picked it up. Got a hand pass across to a teammate who burst forward. There's a Podolzak tried to tap it on but couldn't. Corey Hall's there. Coppinger picked it up. Hand passed in hope. Corso come through, couldn't pick it up. Then later strong tackle on Coppinger. Now Muir's got him. Surely that's holding the ball. Umpire, he hasn't got rid of it yet. He's still going. Now he's going to beat him. And Corso will get the free kick.
But about 4 minutes too late.
And 50. They were paying them as 50 earlier because that's twice I've seen him say something to the players about just being quiet after he gives the free kick.
Well, Corso has the chance to really make this interesting. Johnny Corso with the ball. He's going to kick from, well, he's going to, pull up before the mud. 45 metres out. It's on its way. It's going to fall short.
Oh.
Broadford tried to pack it through. Muir knocked it over to a teammate in Podolzak. Podolzak lost the run of it. Oh, they're striving for it on the ground and it's over the line and out of bounds.
Could have just taken the chest mark.
Yeah. Why did he go the big swipe, Ryle?
Why did he try to swipe it so much that he missed the ball in the end?
Completely.
Oh, under pressure, Broadford. There's a high tackle. Umpire spotted it, and Swallow, was it? I think it was Swallow was going to get the free kick.
Oh boy, won't this tighten things up? This will make it a 4-point ball game. If Swallow can sink this goal, and it'll be fit.
Blood rule, and he's got to come off. So he gives the ball to Dylan Podolzak, who
He's kicked one so far today.
and he's also shanked a couple.
Yeah, so let's hope he's got the kicking boot on here. Swallow's been fantastic. It would have been fitting if he had been able to keep that goal, Brent Swallow, or keep that shot at goal, because he certainly deserved it. He's been outstanding for Rupertswood. 10 points of difference. Rupertswood with a shot on goal to bring it back to 4.
Yeah, guys, Swallow's got a bit of a cut below his chin.
Below his chin?
Yeah, a bit of blood around the neck, so he'll be out in a couple of minutes, I reckon.
Yep, fair enough, and they'll need him. He's been terrific, Brad.
Podolzak, Dylan with the kick from 45. It's on its way. Has it got the accuracy? I think
It has. It has. It certainly has. It's a goal to Rupertswood. And the difference is now just 4 points here at Harley Hammond Reserve. They've kicked 4 goals in this quarter. Broadford have kicked 3. The difference, 4 points. Can Rupo stage a remarkable comeback after looking gone for all money 7 minutes into this quarter, Nate?
Yeah, no, they were showing signs that they'd given up, but...
you commented on them giving up. I commented on them looking tired, and here they are within 4 points of Broadford.
Brady took it out of the ruck but couldn't get a clean disposal. Piccone picked it out from underneath the pack somehow, and then he fights hard. It comes out the back to Muir. That was Lachlan, but his hand pass was intercepted by Vianney, who took a bounce and then drove it in forward. Dawson got one hand to it. Bullis at the back of the pack has a flying shot, and he's missed everything, but luckily for Broadford it bounced just inside the field of play, and we'll have a boundary throw in right beside the behind post.
Wow! Melody Bullis.
There'll be an angry mob at your house tonight, Tony, if Broadford lose this one.
Yeah,
He said, it's all game over.
Yeah, thanks, Riles, reminding me. I really needed that little morale booster.
There's the throw in. No decisive knockdown. It comes out to Serini. A hand pass over the top. A quick snap from Bullis, was it? He finally got the radar on target and he's got one.
And gives Broadford a little bit of breathing space. 10 points. We've played 22 minutes, but as Brad said, it'll be a longer quarter because of that lost ball. And then the blood rule to Swallow.
We've had 2 G-squads here.
Sorry, mate?
How good is the end of this game, though, guys?
Oh, what a great game it's been all through the day. Now, here's Swallow about to come back on. He's bandaged. God, he looks like an Egyptian mummy. Well, sorry, Brett, maybe a Egyptian daddy, as he comes on. Paper round his head, up they go, nobody can win it. Piccone kicks it off the ground, it goes slightly forward, Williams comes in, he gets it to Piccone with a quick kick, but Swallow straight back into the action. He's going to put Rupo into the forward 50. Well, not quite, almost.
Holding the ball.
Oh, that could have been a free kick to Broadford there, as Cannon dropped the ball very quickly, yes, and the free kick's been paid to Paddy Coppinger. He kicks it straight to Swallow.
Swallow's got 2 disposals after coming onto the ground just before.
He goes in short. He
Chambers.
finds Chambers.
Goes across to Smith. Smith sits it up to the full forward line. The 3 Broadford players flew at the front. Podolzak, Todd got a quick kick on it. Cannon got it. Got a hand pass across to Dylan Podolzak.
Another chance for Cannon.
Cannon got almost bumped off the ball but dived on it, and we'll have a ball up as Kay came in to tie it up.
Wow.
And we got 2 cheer squads on the opposite side of the ground from the ball at the moment. One's Rupo, one's Broadford. And they've both been going at it all game, especially this last quarter. As the ball comes up, knocked down. Broadford had the ball, couldn't clear it. Now Rupo get a quick handball out the back to no one in particular. And now Broadford will try and take it away with some handballs, but it falls to Chandler. Not Chandler, Chambers.
A quick kick on goal, falls 3 metres short, and it's bundled over the line and out of bounds 15 metres around from their behind post, as Rupo tried desperately to reel in this 10-point margin.
There's the throw in. Philpott front position. Brady got a fist on it. Comes to Corey Hall. Found Vianney. Got boot to ball. And off the knee of Boyle. And that's, no, it was off the knee.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's out of play. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Chambers missing. He was Mr. Dependable all game, but I think it was on his opposite foot.
There's the throw in. Chambers with a big double fister, but the umpires found a free kick in the ruck, and it'll go to Philpott. So Philpott with the free kick.
Brady protesting his innocence, but it won't do you any good. Philpott goes across. They're on out here. They've got loose men everywhere. He goes to Smith.
Goes across there to Littlewood. Now they've held him up, Rupertswood. They've done well to close down all the avenues. The kick from Littlewood was only just enough to get to his teammate in Wern, and they're still at half back.
Now Grant Wern taking plenty of time about it. Move it on, calls the umpire. He's kicks to nobody in particular. Rupo are in the vanguard here. They got a chance to come forward, but cutting it off was Williams for Broadford. It's on the ground. Umpire's whistle. No, play on. There's a heavy tackle put on a Rupo player out there, and we'll have a throw up.
Centre wing out aside. They're really pressing Rupertswood. There's the throw up. No decisive knockout again. Musket at ground level. Swallow tried to burst his way through, but Grenville got him, and we'll have another ball up.
Yes, we will. Wow, Brad, this has certainly lifted in intensity in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, it definitely has. I'll tell you what though, guys, I've got 2 bunches of supporters here either side. I mean, they're very nervous. They look very nervous.
Aha.
There's the throw up. Rupertswood tried to get it out. There's a free kick being given away, and Broadford are going to take it and remain Grenville as the recipient of it.
Now Broadford players obviously looking at that clock which shows 26 minutes gone. Broadford in front by 10 points. They're taking plenty of time. Grenville kicks straight down the line. Up they go, and there's a good mark taken out there. And it's that man again, Rexy Hickman.
Hickman drives him inside looking for Dawson. He got the one hand till it couldn't complete the mark. They're doing well in defence. That was the 14 in Caldone. Got it across there to a teammate who's now going to try and break free.
Oh, but look at the...
Oh, he's taking a diving mark. Not sure who it is, but they want to play on. They want to get it down Rupo's end as quick as possible. Chip kick to his teammate on the wing. Dodges around Pound, not quite yet. No, he keeps it in just almost out of bounds. Didn't pay it. Still in. Play on, balls in the forward half for Rupertswood. Calling for holding the ball, and he paid it to Rupertswood. And this is what's his name again? I've forgotten, but he drives
Corso it is, Riles.
Corso drives it inside.
Looking for the magic man of the second quarter, Muir, and Muir takes the ball. He's on the boundary. He's 25 metres.
He'll try and set it up here, and he will.
That's a
no one in
hospital
particular though, and it's gone. Chambers almost picking it up. And he's found a free kick, has he? The umpire holding.
Yeah, holding, and it's going to
Rupertswood.
Rupertswood.
There wouldn't be much time left. If there's a minute left, that would be lucky as Chambers
Well,
just
Brad
grabs
reckons
it.
we've got 4
And
minutes
he kicks the
extra.
goal.
Didn't muck around, and the score is now within 4 points again.
That makes the next 4. Well, I reckon there'll be about 3 minutes maybe if we're lucky of this game left, guys. I reckon that's going to make it very interesting.
Well,
That puts-
the scoreboard's got Rupertswood in front by 2 points.
Well, there you go. That makes this very, very, very interesting then. I'll tell you what, though, the Broadford supporters here are looking very, very nervous now.
No.
They're not in front, are they?
Well, the scoreboard says they are, but we'll have to get that checked.
As Chambers takes a mark on the half-back flank for Rupertswood. He has been their go-to man, kicks it inside to the centre of the ground, number 12 for Rupertswood. Will kick to the wing, and they're going hard. He's going to play on. He's marked it, he's played on, he's gone to the 50, and Grenville tackles him, and the kick is punched through for a behind. As that was a bit of exciting play. If Grenville
Matt
wasn't there.
Smith there for Rupo. Darting right through. There's the siren. There's the siren.
Bit of confusion out there.
Yeah, I think there is confusion. We're certainly confused. Everybody's looking at the scoreboard quizzically, because I reckon that goal to Rupo put them within 4 points of Broadford. The scoreboard had them in front, so we'll just have to wait for confirmation here. It's, gee whiz, yeah, the scoreboard's gone off. The scorers checking their bits and pieces. The goal umpires are coming out. They'll confer in the middle. And, wow, sensation after sensation, Brad.
Yeah, guys, I've got the score here as 13-7 to Broadford to Rupertswood 11-10.
Yeah, I reckon 3 points in it, Brad, with Broadford in front. But the scoreboard definitely showed Rupertswood winning. But the scoreboard's been taken down. They're working furiously up there, trying to figure it out. I reckon it's a Broadford victory.
I've got it down here as a Broadford victory, guys.
I think they've double tapped the add goal button.
I think they must have, Riley, on that last goal, because that would have brought them to 4 points. They've still got it up. Broadford 13-7-85, Rupertswood 13-9-87. So the scoreboard is showing Rupertswood a 2-point winner, but I don't reckon that result's right. We're going to have to wait for the goal umpires to confer and just check this out. Brad, you reckon Broadford...
Well, now they've got them 3 points up.
Now they've got them 3 points up. So the scoreboard's obviously got lost in translation there somewhere.
Well, we'll find out with the goal umpires here, guys.
Yes, but Broadford have won the game, I reckon. Yeah, that's better. Now they've got Broadford in front on the scoreboard. Sensations here after the game, where the scoreboard showed Rupertswood winning.